This photo was taken on a beach in Accra, Ghana called Koligono. I was visiting a friend and I was lucky enough to have my camera with me that day. I normally don't take my camera to the beach because I'm scared it will get ruined or it will get stolen. But for some reason, I just took the camera, and this was immediately after COVID. Not after COVID, but um, this was still during COVID period, but the cases had slowed down in Ghana. So it was really exciting to see people back to touching each other, and Africans as a whole, we're very united. We're very family oriented, and we always like to be in some type of group or share experience together. So it was very lovely to see these group of boys and different group of people interacting, laughing, joking. So I took my camera out, started shooting, and I took this image. But when I took this image, I noticed that the boys weren't brothers, but they were friends. I had a conversation with them. We talked a little bit. I took more pictures of them, and when we talk more, it just made me understood that how brotherhood doesn't exactly have to deal with a person that is blood related to you. And it just made me feel like I was a part of something bigger than me, because as much as these guys, some of them was younger, older than me, or the same age, they were just happy to be united again. They were just happy to be together. They were just happy to be able to touch each other, be able to play in the water, be able to do all the crazy things guys like to do. So I am very honored actually to be able to document this scene, because, as I said, this was during COVID, but the cases had gone down a little bit and it wasn't really affecting Accra as much during the time. So yeah, that's why I took this image, and you can clearly see that it wasn't a stage image. You can clearly see that they were actually so happy to be there. It was just technically life in the moment. My process wasn't even much. It was just my camera and sunlight. I'm more of a sunlight photographer. Um, it was literally just my camera. That was the whole process. I had my camera, things were happening. I had spoken to these people, and I just decided to take the picture. So it wasn't like it was a premeditated shoot that I planned it for days. It was just in the moment. A lot of my shoots are like that, where it's just in the moment, things are happening, and documenting day-to-day activities. It is truly important for me to tell this type of story because I hold family very close to my heart, and I hold friendship very close to my heart. And coming back from home, being Liberia or Ghana, I see these activities happening all the time. And when I travel out of my home countries, it's really hard to have this big of a group of people to be able to relate to just be able to laugh, to cry with, to do whatever. So telling the story was more of showing my viewers that how Africans, West Africans, Ghanaians, Liberians take family and friendship and unity very important. We take that very important to heart. And that's one thing that I always notice when I leave home. Is one thing I lack a lot, because I always feel like an outcast, or people always make me feel like an outcast because I either am too dark, or my accent, or something just different. So it's always beautiful when I see these moments happening, or when I'm having these moments with my friends. I try to document as much as possible. So I'm glad that I could tell the story of unity and friendship and family and just togetherness, because I fear that a lot of people don't have this, and I would like for people to see these type of images and be able to maybe at least almost feel what it feels to have something like what these guys have in this image. I did not choose to become a photographer. Photographer was introduced to me by my mother because she saw that I had an eye for photography, but I didn't even see that I had an eye. I started photography in the year of 2018. I had to take pictures of my high school friends for graduation. And when I took the pictures and shared with my mother, she was so excited and so hyped. She was like, "Oh my God, Ax, this is amazing. I see you turning this into a business or something." and going on and on. But overall, I've always been a creative. I've been a natural born creative. Before photography, I was a pencil artist. And so it wasn't like so strange that I was going into a whole nother creative field. I didn't know. When I took the pictures during the summer, I went back for vacation, and my mom had a camera shop, but for her office, but nobody knew how to use the camera, so she gave it to me. I didn't even know how to use the camera. I started photography on my iPhone. I started photographing on my iPhone, will edit on my iPhone with Lightroom mobile and everything, but I didn't know much. I didn't have any interest in it. It's not like I hated it, but I didn't have an interest. So it's like I really want to learn this. When she gave me the camera, that's when I was like, I didn't take it serious still. I just was like, okay, I have a camera. I can shoot people. I can have fun with it. And I reached out to some of my photography friends. They will help me there and then. But overall, I'm a self-taught photographer. I went to YouTube University, and I'm still learning. I don't think I have reached where I want to be, but I'm still learning as there's new gears and new camera and different cameras coming out every day that needs to be learned about, new software and everything. So photography was not something that I decided to do. It was gifted to me. I would want to say gifted to me by my mother seeing the future or the talent, but at the time I didn't see it. And she gave me her camera, and since then it has been amazing. I'm glad she saw it before I saw it, because I have never imagined photography in my future. Instead, I always want to be a model or something, but I never imagined being behind the camera. As a Liberian Ivorian photographer and a female photographer also, some of my biggest goals that I really hope to achieve with photography is to change the narrative that jobs should be gender based, and for Africans to take back the pen to re narrate their own stories. Their own stories, in the sense of there have been so many other media and photographers that come back to Africa that doesn't say the full story as authentic and raw as it should be, or doesn't allow the people that's telling that story to be seen. And as much as, yes, I'm being used to take these images, I really hope my viewers can understand these are important stories. And also, I shouldn't just get the praise. I'm just being used to capture these things. But if I'm telling a story that should call for attention about certain topics, I hope my viewers can read more on the topic or pay more attention to the topic, because if I'm photographing it, then it means it's important. And also, um, another goal of mine for my photography is, as I said, I don't understand why jobs are gender based. Up to today, we are in the 21st century. When I hold a camera, like in certain places, people are looking at me strange, like, what is she doing with a camera? It's not rocket science. And even if it was, you can learn it. It's just another equipment you can use. So I don't want people to see other African females having a camera or being in a media team or behind a videography camera, and people being surprised. It should be normal by now. We're in the 21st century. There's nothing wrong with having a camera, or families supporting their kids to follow their creative dreams. If my mom didn't support me, I wouldn't even know I had this talent, and nobody would ever be able to appreciate my talent as the world is currently appreciating my talent. So another goal of mine that I really want to accomplish with photography is to make African families understand that their kids can be other things besides doctors, lawyers, or engineer. Let their kids creative juices floor. Let their kids be allowed to explore different type of jobs, different type of hobbies, because everybody's different. I might be good at photography, but that doesn't mean I'm good at another job. So we all need to just allow people be themselves and allow people try new things to see what they're capable of. Those are some of my biggest goals, and hopeful I can achieve them, because I see myself as a role model, not just to other people, but my younger siblings. I have two younger sisters who I try so hard to make my family, convince my family to let them grow as independent as possible, where they can be whoever they want to be. I would like for the world to understand that we're capable. My community, my Africa, my Liberia, my Ghana, my Ivory Coast, my West Africa, we are more than capable. We just, I took some images that I'm holding on to for the right time. I'm going to talk a little bit about it just to make you understand how capable Africans are if they are just given some type of help or some type of opportunity. I was walking in my community again with my camera. I wasn't going for content. Funny enough, I was going for a shoot. So, yes, I was going to shoot, but I wasn't going to do a community shoot. And I saw my neighbor kids in a swing. And let me tell you how the swing was created. So they cut a tree. So there's like the tree trunk still rooted in the ground, but the top of the tree is cut, so there's no leaves on it. And then these kids tie rope on one part of the tree to the other part, and then put like a piece of plank on the rope and turn it into a swing. And when I went there, I was so amazed by this type of like idea they had. I'm just like, who would have thought? Like, Africans as whole, we're so innovative, very innovative. And it really amazed me because the oldest person amongst these children, it was three siblings, two girls and a guy. The oldest one was like an 8-year-old boy. So I'm just like, imagine if you just give us the chance, or imagine if even our family just give us the chance. Imagine we just ourselves give ourselves the chance. Imagine the amazing things we could create. So I want the world to know that we're capable. We're capable in the sense of, I wouldn't want you to come to Africa or come to Ghana or West Africa to do a documentary or do a videography and then have to bring in your own media team out of like from outside, even though you're coming to get African content. Why don't you just hire Africans that are already in the country who knows how to do this, who's been doing this for a while? It doesn't make sense. It's always like bother me when I see a group of people creating content for a big brand or a big project, and the head photographer, videographer, DP, whatever person is a foreigner, and not just an African, but someone from outside. I'm not saying you shouldn't give jobs from people outside, but it makes it seem as if that we're not capable of these things. We're more than capable, and we just need to be given the chance to show that we're capable. And also, I also want the whole world to understand that when you come to someone's home, respect it. I don't walk into your home and start to make changes or start to tell you what to do. So when you come back to Africa, if you're in the market or you're even in public transportation, you need to understand this is people's way of life. This is how we've been doing it for years and years. We don't need your recommendations or your changes because we've been fine the way we are. And we need you to appreciate and respect us when you come, visit, get content, whatever. Acknowledge that we own this place. This is where we belong. This is our daily bread. This is what we do every day. So we don't expect you to come and then want to change things around. That is not acceptable. And also, I want to make the world know that creatives as a whole, we're taking a new step in the sense of we're creating a whole different world for ourselves. And I would just like for everybody to stand back and just give us some type of stepping stool to create this word that I know not just creatives will appreciate, but everyone else will appreciate it. Because the vision and the mindset and eyes that I see between me and my other creative friends is just absolutely amazing. The way we think, the ideas we bring about, the things we're creating is so mind blowing. Sometimes even the things I create, I sit down and I'm like, wow, I'm capable of this. This is amazing. I see my other friends creating, painting and digital art, and it's just mind blowing. It's absolutely amazing. And I just want everybody else to take a step back. Let us do what we can do at our best ability and let's just see how it turns out. Because that's what my mom did. She gave me the opportunity by giving me a camera. She helped me. The camera was my stepping stool, and now look at how far I have come. She gave me the stepping stool and just let me be. She didn't control me. She didn't tell me, oh, you need to do X, Y, and Z, this and that. She didn't have to tell me you need to watch YouTube. She didn't have to tell me you need to reach out to models. She doesn't have to remind me you have to do this and that if you want to be a photographer. We don't need everybody in the back of our head like, hey, you're not doing this, just let us be. Give us the stepping stool, give us the helping hand, and see what we could create. It is extremely important to me to view my work and other works, other African creatives' work in every form of media if possible. So digital media, printed media, whatever form. The reason I say this is because you can be so stuck onto the phone or to the social media, because you as a creative, for me as an artist, I like to print out a lot of my work, even if it's not in big size. I just like to print it to see it in a whole different media. If you have never seen your art in a different way or a different mindset or a different point of view, how would you appreciate it from that point of view? Everybody, as much as we are like, this age is so social media forward, everybody doesn't love to be on social media. Everybody doesn't have the time to be on social media. Some people prefer to read books and do different things over social media. So it wouldn't make sense if I didn't appreciate my pictures or what I do in different type of media. That's just broaden my audience view and makes me very happy, because now these stories I'm telling is going to different like viewers and getting appreciated, or these stories are being heard by a wider audience. So it's very important to me to have my images in different media, because as I said, everybody's different. And also it's always good to be able to feel your work, to be able to physically touch it. It's always a smart thing to do.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that last episode and learned something new. Don't forget to tune in to the next episode to see what other crazy, incredible, creative, and empowering lessons you can learn from the photos in this book.